Is what is happening right now going to be like what happened in the 2008 housing market crash? If you look at annual home price appreciation 6 years leading up to the 2008 crash, from 2000 to 2005, we saw an increase from 6.5% to 12.5% appreciation, which is significant. But if you look at annual appreciation from 6 years prior to now, from 2014 to 2019, home price appreciation only ranged from 4.4% to 6.4%, which is nowhere near the high levels of appreciation prior to the 2008 crash. Really, the highest year in the last 6 years is not even equal to the lowest year leading up to the 2008 housing crash, meaning we haven't had an overly aggressive level of appreciation over the past 6 years. It's been more normal. Also, if you look at this graph from the Mortgage Bankers Association and the Mortgage Credit Availability Index, meaning how easy it is to get a loan, if you look at the peak on this graph in 2006, the taller the graph, the easier it is to get a loan. If you look at the graph during the housing bubble, it was high, so it was easy for people to get a loan. But now if you compare how easy it is to get a loan on the left side of the graph, it's now much more difficult to get a loan to qualify. Lastly, back in the crash in 2007, we had 8.2 months of supply inventory on the market. And we know that having any more than 6 months inventory puts us in a buyer's market. Right now, today, we have less than 3 months of inventory in Middle Tennessee, which means we are in a seller's market. Also, if we look at this graph showing the total home equity cashed out by Freddie Mac, back during the crash, we had $824 billion of money refinanced on owners' homes. Right now, we only have $232 billion. So we have more equity in our homes now. During the crash, people were buying cars and boats and using their homes as an ATM. They were basically financing their lifestyles. Today, consumers are treating equity very differently. And now today, 53% of homes have at least 50% equity. In 2008, homes were leveraged to the hilt and people owed more than they were worth, so they were just walking away. But today, when people have so much equity in their homes, they are not walking away. According to Zillow and the National Association of Realtors, in 2008, 25.4% of the household's income was needed to pay the mortgage. And today, only 14.8% of a household's income is needed to pay the mortgage. Again, very different today than in 2008. So if we look at all these things to compare 2008 to today, most of the factors that led up to the crash in 2008 just don't exist today. Slowly, as the pandemic, isolation, and social distancing starts to ease up, the hope is that people will start to get their jobs back. I'm not saying what will or will not happen to the housing market, but most of the factors contributing to the 2008 crash are just not present today. I hope you find this info useful. Feel free to reach out to me here at Keller Williams and Nashville Homes, etc. with any questions or concerns. We're always here to help.